two RLCS teams who now find themselves on the brink of being relegated to the rival series of Chiefs. Did you see this coming?
Did I see this coming? Absolutely. As I picked both of the RLRS teams to succeed in their first round match, so I will say yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was relatively surprised. I thought that Excel was going to get past Servette. That was a big surprise for me. I did think FNATIC was going to fall down here, but now we find both RLCS teams here facing relegation. And, you know, what do you see this matchup having for us?
What do I see it having for you? I think you expect to see more offense coming out of Maestro because he was involved in 6 out of the 8 goals that they were able to score in their series versus them. So I think you have to continue to rely on him, and I think you really need. I want to say I want more out of Markey coming out of it.
I mean, and honestly though, Sicky 1 goal last.
Sicky only had 1 goal,
series,
yeah.
And Sicky and Snasky both at the bottom of the score chart. So Maestro is going to need some help. And here we have game number 1. Right off the bat, Niels off his own backboard trying to clear it out. Pondex over to Markey. Markey into the middle. Niels chasing towards the ball. Snasky cuts that out. Pondex in the corner to Markey. A demo from Snasky on Pondex. Markey was able to get that hit down, minimize the impact of that demo. Now Snasky wins that 50-50. He's going to be racing down, gets the boost, just waits for the hit. Maestro across the field to Sicky. Sicky is going to put it down to Maestro. Maestro not able to make the shot.
Yeah, Pondex was surprisingly a little bit slow there to go up and get that one coming off the ceiling, because you'd think spending all this time in the RLCS, they're very used to having those come right down in front of the net, and they know they can't allow that.
We saw some very conservative play on the side of FNATIC last game, especially in that overtime. These teams right now, they know it's all on the line. They do not want to get relegated. Now Niels trying to hit it down to Markey, just out of his reach. Snasky's going to hop on it, but Pondex hits it downfield, answered right back by Sicky.
Oh, this is good.
Shot not coming in. Sicky missed his opportunity.
Yeah, and Snasky had the demo lined up in the net too. It should have been almost guaranteed for FNATIC. Unfortunately, they both missed.
And we saw Snasky make that play with Maestro on the wall. He cleared out that net against Servette. Trying to make that play happen again, but wasn't able to. Now Sicky to Maestro. Maestro down the sideline. Niels takes his time with it.
I like that.
Just trying to clear it out of his zone. Pondex gets a big block there. Now on the attack, passes across the field. Niels off the sidewall. Markey comes zooming in. This ball is just going to roll the full length of the field. And Snasky striking first for FNATIC.
Striking first because Pondex got a little bit too antsy, or not Pondex, excuse me. Markey Duda behind him in the midfield. Just a very, very aggressive challenge for, it was incredibly high risk for very little reward. At most, he bangs it off the corner, and nobody on his team is ready to get that. Just a poor timing challenge, I think, from Excel right there.
Just like that, Snasky scoring again, just like in the last series versus Servette. Snasky was that player to get that ball rolling. But can he keep it going? Can FNATIC keep this up? Pondex over to Niels. Niels beats Maestro to there. Markey missed his 50-50. Now Snasky tries to get the touch, just misses. But an open net for Snasky, and he misses wide.
Pondex having a really rough start to this series. He's been on defense so long, even all the way back to Penta. That one's going to ricochet off the post, and Snasky makes sure to get it to safety. But surprisingly, you see Pondex have so many defensive mishaps, and somehow they all get tied in front of the net.
Just utter pressure coming out from Excel here.
Okay, Markey got a bump. That makes way more sense. I was like, how did they all just not be able to challenge this
just
ball?
When you're starved in boost as a team in net, things like that can happen. You're all grouped up.
Someone
shot
please
after
help.
Shot coming in, yes. Now Sicky up to Snasky. And Maestro across the field. Pondex rolled right to him. Now Snasky downfield. Niels in the corner challenges, going for a second touch, but Sicky beats him to it.
Snasky's really playing the bump and get people out of the way in front of the net, and that one's over the top of Markey.
Maestro putting this one in, gets FNATIC the lead.
A really nice touch here as well from Maestro. Keeps this close to himself off the wall. Marky Duda expecting perhaps a touch off the corner to go be able to really chase that ball. Unfortunately took himself away from the play. Maestro with a lot of space took advantage.
And when FNATIC is playing well, generally Maestro has a lot to do with it. He finished 4th in goals during league play. And his teammates were finished dead last.
There's a reason he scored over half of them for his team. It's because he's good at it.
He has quite the track record in the RLCS, but now this is when it matters most. Sicky trying to follow that in off the corner. Maestro hits it over to Niels. Maestro on the wall, just waiting for it. Snasky takes the hit.
Does he
now
have it?
Snasky a shot opportunity. Wasn't able to get much. Now a breakaway chance. If Mark can get there in time, but Sicky got back.
Like the aggression from Maestro. He knew Sicky was back behind him. Not this time, though. That's a double commit. He's probably going to just stall the drive, and it should be a free ball for Excel.
That double commit not haunting him. There's plenty of space. And Marky with that tactical miss there, almost setting up a shot for Niels. Now Pondex coming in off the backboard. Niels, his shot interrupted by that touch from Sicky.
Snasky just waiting all the way back on his own half. Here he comes. He's getting a little antsy. And now he's just going to give all the space over to Excel here. This is another free ball. Surprising to see him come up so aggressively and then have 2 people back off. Nobody going to go for it.
FNATIC turtling up a little bit. Approaching the final 30 seconds. FNATIC still have the lead. A shot from Niels, and he ties it up.
And they're both just sitting flat-footed right here in the corner of the net. Maestro doing his best, unfortunately goes straight up, and Niels Cook up very, very early to go and get that one. Nice placement. If it goes any lower, probably gets tapped out. Just got enough behind it to get it quickly through that last defender. Excellent
Boost management there. He went up and then forward to try to get as much power on that shot as he could. He got it by Snasky, who was waiting for that shot. He was expecting it, but still, Niels, that placement so good. Snasky trying to get a touch, gets it off the backboard.
So
Marky missed his hit, but Niels was there to clean it up. Now a chance. Pondex trying to go for a hard angle double tap there. Final shot, Snasky with the demo. Maestro, he's gonna win game 1 with a 0-second buzzer beater.
And now, I know Sicky gets the assist, but this really takes all 3 to get this job done. It's a great pass from Sicky, straight across, nice and high. Very tough to punch that one into the ground. Maestro there, knowing that his team has a pretty solid chance, and Snasky continuing all of that bump pressure that he's been running
that play. Snasky is just looking for that opportunity to take out that goalkeeper. Let's take another look at this one, Chiefs. Snasky is just ruthless.
No problem is, I don't know why I said no problem.
But you see there, Sicky, he actually maybe even had a shot. Maestro was in position to take advantage of whether Sicky accidentally put it off the backboard or whether he was going to go for that center ball. But really, MVP right there, Snasky, just removing that final defender, letting him get that opportunity to get that goal.
And it was really great recognition from FNATIC as well, because it all kind of stems from that Marky Duda touch coming back out of the midfield. Initially, he's like, all right, I need to buy a little time. Let me just tap this one towards the corner. Unfortunately, he got a little bit too far away from him, and he couldn't really chase it down to get another challenge on it. And FNATIC sort of recognizing that that first touch, not quite optimal, all pushed forward, said, hey, let's see if we can make something happen. Worst that happens, it's OT.
Yeah, so FNATIC, they barely escaped with that one. Maestro, again, people saying we need to see Maestro perform well for FNATIC to get wins. Well, that was a perfect example of what Maestro can do when he's playing well. But honestly, FNATIC came very close to losing that in the final seconds, conceding that goal. They seem like they're playing very passive right now on the defensive side.
I definitely agree. FNATIC, I wasn't a big fan of them because they had that 2-1 lead, and then we saw them both just back out of the midfield, and to me, there's never any reason. It's a 3v3 game. You can trust someone to be back there. Yes, you've both had a bit of a rough year defensively, but still practice the fundamentals of proper rotation.
Perhaps that style of gameplay is what's been contributing to their shot differential. They were at -60 over the league play. That was dead last by a good margin. Now a chance off the backboard. Niels, critical touch for him to relieve pressure.
And it has to be continued here by Excel. Can they hang on to this ball? Snasky's got a few things to say about it. But FNATIC will regain pressure. And it's a nice little back and forth here. Some ping pong to start off game 2.
Just a battle for possession. Trying to force a team to make a mistake. Markey going for a center ball here, gets it out to Niels, potentially no, Pondex coming across field, Niels with the follow-up, the ball man, just slowly bouncing.
You can see the pre-jump from FNATIC in the net there, and here's another chance for Niels.
Oh, and Markey trying to play interference, Pondex with the follow-up, puts it high.
Breakaway, oh, he missed it.
It was a great chance for Pondex there. Markey was wreaking havoc on the back line.
Excel in general is going to be really upset they didn't score that one, as they had at least 4 chances to put one into the back.
See if they answer right here.
Nice bump.
Markey had position on the shot, got bumped out of the way, and then Pondex's shot getting blocked. Net wide open. Snasky just gets to the ball and pokes it in. FNATIC take the lead.
And again, maybe that bump playing a little bit more havoc than they would have liked over on the defensive side, because all it does is increase the rotation time all the way back, because he was the first man forward, so logically he'd be the first man back to defend this. But that little bit of extra time and that hard punch off that back wall, it's a nice quick clear from FNATIC, and they convert it.
And good reaction time from Sicky. He hasn't been putting that many in the back of the net, but right there, he set Snasky up for that goal.
Sicky was only involved in 2 goals in their previous series, and already he's at 2 right now in 2 games.
So stepping up, FNATIC gonna try to keep this going. Snasky up, Pondex beats him to it. Ball floating down, Markey challenges Maestro, ball pops up, Niels there to follow off the corner, into the middle to Markey.
Nice
Markey with a touch on net, not much on it. But now a double commit, forcing FNATIC to play defense there.
Open net.
Pondex a shot on target, but Sicky turned it aside. And then goes for the clear. Snasky up on the wall, looks for Maestro. Maestro couldn't get to that ball. Now the counterattack, Niels trying to hit it off the backboard, denied by Sicky. Pondex off the backboard, Markey up, going for the shot, and he hits crossbar.
Man, that has to be at least 6 now for Excel that they really feel like they should have found in the back of the net, or at least had a really quality chance. And FNATIC has been double committing all over the place. It is very surprising to see none of these find its way through for Excel, but you take what you can get, I guess.
I mean, we've seen with the way FNATIC's giving so much space and allowing some of these backboard bounces to take place, Excel just needs to put a shot on target. They just are struggling with that. Now Pondex just going to take his time. FNATIC happy to let more time melt off the clock. Sicky getting challenged by Markey. Maestro trying to pop it up by 1, gets it by Niels as well. Pondex over to Markey. Markey gets beat to the ball by Sicky, or Snasky rather. It's a good counterattack opportunity. Ball still not out of danger off the backboard. Pondex and Markey both going for that one.
Where did all of FNATIC go?
Retreat.
They had just Pondex off the back wall to clear that ball, and they all just left the area. They're like, we've decided to grab boost.
Seems like they are still continuing their conservative mentality. Now Snasky is trying to force this ball out into the middle, but there's no one there to help him. Now Maestro coming in from the side. Ball popping out. Sicky straight up in the air. Maestro's going to retreat. Pondex has time. It's a soft touch. Snasky just going to hit that off the ceiling. Not the greatest clear from him. Now
nice
Niels
touch.
Trying to put a shot on target. Sicky easily gets the save. Final minute. Niels forcing the issue. Pondex with his hit. Snasky's just going to touch that down. Pondex tried to center, but Snasky cut that out. Now Niels with the shot that hits the post. Snasky, no boost. Able to hit it to safety. Now
time continues.
Yeah, just aggression. And FNATIC, can their defense hold on?
I'm not thinking if can their defense hold on. I'm wondering if Excel's offense just puts one on target. They've got shot after shot after shot. And it's just a matter of, is it on frame?
Yeah, sometimes it's not the FNATIC defense, it's the post or the crossbar helping out. Pondex challenges Snasky, but Snasky gets there first.
Pass.
A center ball, a shot in, and Niels Cook with 9 seconds left ties it up for Excel.
And a nice welcome breath of fresh air for this Excel. Nice vision from Markey Dudas straight out to the top of the box. He's got Maestro right in front of him. He knows nothing's getting through that guy if he goes right through him. He says, hey, we've got teams, we've got teammates, and they're there to do good things for you.
And just like in game number 1,
another late equalizer.
Another late equalizer that could potentially lead to a 0-second opportunity. We'll see if Niels can get it. Maestro.
Double commit.
Ball into the middle. This could be dangerous, but Snafsky
like,
and
nope.
Sicky both deep in net. And we didn't get to see overtime last game, but we'll see it here.
I like that. They're both just like, look, let's not double commit and give them anything.
Oh, and that net's wide open, and Maestro, he will not miss that. An easy cleanup, just 6 seconds into overtime.
Yeah, Pondex with a weird challenge trying to rotate back from the orange side of the pitch. And the challenge from Niels Cook in the corner, just a little bit of awkward communication there from Excel. The only reason Snafsky wins that, because he's cheating up, he held on to a lot of boost off of that kickoff, and he just beats everybody to the ball, and that double commit really the reason Excel dropped that one.
And Snafsky scoring a goal without even taking a shot. That will help out his shooting percentage.
That feels good.
But Sicky, I mean, he's up on the top of the charts. Look at the score, just 345.
Crushed it.
Didn't even get a goal. Did manage to get an assist, saves, and shots. Sicky, he's been stepping up. He hasn't been scoring, but he's still been a catalyst at that midfield to help FNATIC get some of these goals. But it's been very close calls. FNATIC's just scraping by with these wins. And
a lot of it kind of is surprising because Excel, I really felt like, held a lot of the pressure in that game. You see 4 shots for Sicky, but I kind of feel like they were all results of those long clears that they got upfield, and maybe just credited him a shot on net perhaps. But Excel, I really feel probably should have won this game number 2.
And honestly, maybe even won game number 1. Just looking at the shot differential here, again, only 5 shots for FNATIC and 12 for Excel. Pondex and Niels Cook both scoring 5, just as many as the entire team of FNATIC. Excel, though, the accuracy plaguing them.
That's really the big issue. So I think in game number 3, I don't think you have to change anything, to be completely honest, except, you know,
score.
Put it in the net.
Yeah, you
instead
have to
of
finish your
net.
opportunities.
Because FNATIC definitely did not look perfect on defense there. There were a lot of double commits. The communication, especially right around the net, was really what was surprising to me about FNATIC's defense. So if FNATIC fix that, perhaps they get more sustained chances on offense, or perhaps clear the ball a little bit easier. But until I see that, I'm kind of expecting Excel to just continue to apply a lot of shots.
Still, you know, it has to be so frustrating if you're Excel equalizing late in the game and then losing both of them. See if they can bounce back. Maestro centering the ball. And a shot from Sicky, just too weak. Niels easily gets that save.
Over the top.
And then the follow-up by Snafsky is going to be high.
I do like the time that Excel is taking whenever they have an option to in their own half. They always like to keep it close. If they've got time, they use it. That's a quality that I quite enjoy out of a lot of teams.
Now, the defense hasn't been too terrible from Excel. They've been playing.
They haven't had to play a lot.
You know, yeah, they really haven't.
Here they're under a little bit of pressure, though. It's a nice start from FNATIC, getting out of your own half and saying, look, we know how to play offense too. You can't sleep on us. And just because we've been on defense, we're still up 2-0 in the series, and now we're going to kind of put the pressure on you and say, look, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us, but you're going to have to earn it.
I mean, something about Snafsky and Sicky's teams, they are scrappy. Even the leftovers, when they finish top 2 in league
Reverse
play.
sweep masters, baby.
Yeah, it was scrappy wins. And they're scrapping wins out here. Excel. Shot in from Markey. Saved
nice
by
pass.
And now a counterattack chance. Niels the last one back. Now Markey's going to be able to get back and help him, but he missed it. Sicky with the shot, Markey with the save.
A nice pre-jump there from Markey Duda too, and now they're trying to get this one going quickly. Pondex just bails, and that will be tipped off the ceiling from Sicky.
Sicky getting back just in time. And gets a good hit there into the corner. Niels trying to add some pressure. Maestro, that good touch off the wall, but yeah, they double commit there, but a fortunate bounce potentially. That one heading towards Sicky. Now Maestro going for the arc. Niels hits it out into the middle. Pondex follows up. Long clear. Snafsky responds with a wall clear of his own.
About halfway here in game 3. It's been a much more back and forth game. A lot of continued ping pong. It's long clears, a couple double commits, making both teams kind of stall out in the midfield and not really be able to press and attack. But it is a good start from FNATIC, I think. The last thing you want is to be boxed into your own half.
Yeah, they've certainly not been trapped. But we have not seen a ton of infield passing. It seems like a lot of
it's coming from
backboard
Maestro
options, yeah. Now Maestro up on the wall, sees Snafsky in the middle. He's going to have time to dribble, flicks it by. And that one's saved by Markey. Off the corner, bounces.
Oh, no.
Big clear. Potentially a fortunate bounce there, it looked like. Now Maestro takes his time.
More time again.
Goes for the mind game, tried to slow play it by. Didn't work out for him.
Like the pressure from Snasky.
Oh, and that hard shot from Sicky just sails it right over Marky Duda.
I'm surprising this one slipped through Marky. I mean, I like the challenge from Snasky, quickly out of the midfield, give yourself an extra chance, and he probably could have got that one if you give him a second try at it, but sometimes you get caught off guard, and he's like, probably thinking, I'm gonna go grab boost maybe, see how this clear happens in the end. All of a sudden, you've got a 115 kph rocket coming at you, and you just don't quite get it.
Absolutely, Sicky put a lot of hot sauce on that shot. Now Snasky putting it on target, but Pondex makes the save. Marky also committed to it. Used up a little bit of boost. And now again, FNATIC retaining the lead here, approaching the final minute of gameplay. Excel's been able to tie it up every time so far.
Why not again? Niels is gonna have to buy a lot of time here for his team.
Not good touch there, but he lost out on the corner boost. Net was open. Snasky couldn't put it on target. Now Marky downfield. Sicky into the corner. Pondex putting it up in the air. Marky not in a great position to handle it. Now clear.
Demo too.
Maestro trying to flick that in again, but hasn't been able to do much with those flicks. A shot in from Sicky, and that hits the crossbar.
Now it's FNATIC who's kind of dinging these off the crossbar, and Excel's getting away with a couple. They've had the net open a few times now, but only 40 seconds left.
But FNATIC, they have let up and allowed Excel space in the final seconds. We'll see if they make that same mistake here. They keep the pressure on.
Ooh, ceiling.
Oh, off the ceiling! It's like we scripted it, Chiefs. Marky Duda ties it up for Excel.
We say we give him a lot of space. Snasky doesn't get the greatest clear, and then Marky Duda completely uncontested out of the midfield, and Maestro's like, why is nobody challenging this ball? And then that one goes right to the top corner.
Off the ceiling, too. An off-the-ceiling bounce, perfectly placed into the corner. Marky Duda with an unorthodox goal.
He still got it, baby.
So 3 games straight. But it has not ended well for Excel anytime.
Oh no, he's in a race,
now
and that's
Snasky,
bad.
Yeah, off the backboard. Maestro was waiting for it, just a predator. Now Chance off the arc. Niels going for the touch. Sicky just gonna want to let this ball hit, and he hits it forward, and we have overtime in game 3.
And I really like that challenge from Maestro on that back wall. He didn't necessarily go for the ball, he just tried to push Marky off the ball and limit his passing options. That allowed them to get to OT, but that one's off the bar, in front and cleared.
Oh, off the crossbar, and Niels didn't get a great shot on the follow-up. That should have been the end of the game. So close, Niels just barely missed hitting that ball.
Ooh. Dangerous infield pass, a little out of reach though.
FNATIC having an extra life there. See what they do with it. Niels trying to get the hit. Sicky down to Maestro. Maestro got beat by Pondex. Ball out into the middle. Snasky tries to push a shot on target, but it was too weak and off target. Now Maestro off the corner, floating in. Marky hits it downfield. Pondex pops it straight up. Niels doesn't follow it. Sicky over to Maestro. Maestro off the corner. Niels goes for the clear. Sicky turns around, hits it right back into Excel's corner. Now Chance. Snasky is going to put a shot. That's blocked by Marky. Now Maestro going for the air dribble.
Oh,
Pondex shut it down.
Nice clear here from Excel. This entire game number 3 has just been as that's easily cleared away. Excel trying to clear the ball past this midfield line of FNATIC. And FNATIC saying, look, you're not going to clear the ball unless you do it properly, because Excel has kind of just punched it downfield and hoped it got through somebody.
FNATIC just keeping this pressure up, but finally Excel's able to break out of their own half. We'll see how long this attack lasts. Pondex shot. Sicky saves. Now Niels off the backboard. Maestro has to beat Marky, and he does. Downfield clear. Now Snasky up against Pondex. Hits it into the corner. Now Niels trying to take possession of that, but Snasky cut it off. Now Pondex puts a hit in, easily hit by Sicky over to Snasky. Snasky getting a long clear and the boost.
Nice bomb from Niels. Siki Maestro. Oh, over Marky. This could be real bad.
Huge dunk there from Maestro. That's going to put FNATIC on the attack. A shot from Siki hits the post. Now Niels trying to take his time. A block from Niels as well. Sends this into the corner. Maestro up, trying to kill it. Snasky tries to hit it downfield. Marky there, pops it up for Niels, but Niels had to bail out.
Again, they continue to give space over to FNATIC right when you think they've got a good chance to really stick it to them. Because if you remember that game number 1 and 2, Excel spent a lot of time on offense. FNATIC have really equalized it quite nicely here in this game 3. Ponex almost getting a big dunk, though.
And Ponex going for that ceiling shot, just like Marky, who tied it up. And when I say ceiling shot, I just mean blasting the ball off the ceiling. You don't really see many of those.
Stole the boost like that.
Maestro.
Wow, Maestro.
Off the wall. Snasky, a shot,
open
that
wide.
one just wide. Maestro with an opportunity, blocked by Ponex. Siki now taking his time, going for the pass. He sees Snasky, but that one's cut out by Marky.
That was great defense from Ponex. Maestro had a massive chunk in the net to pick from. Tried to go behind him, and Ponex's challenge angle allowed him to cover almost everything. You have to make concessions when you're challenging it from such a poor position, but a great read from Ponex keeps this one going. Almost 4 minutes now.
It's overtime.
Straight down?
This could be the make or break moment for Excel. It would be tough to come back from this. Oh, and Ponex almost reading that off the wall. And now a miss. Chance for Niels. Niels, it hits the crossbar. Maestro also getting the touch. Excel so close.
And what do you got to do to put the ball in the back of the net if you're Excel? You're sitting here, you are upset. What it was Excel crossbar week 1, and now
it's Excel crossbar right here.
Yeah.
As we break the 4-minute mark in overtime. Now pop for Marky. Niels is going to come in and bail him out. Snasky up to Maestro. Maestro picked up full boost. He's going to be able to attack here. Trying to stuff. Siki off the wall to himself, but Snasky comes in and gets the game-winning goal.
And this is some real big risk-reward stuff. Nice challenge from Maestro, keeping it in the box. Ponex hoping that ball rolls so he can go challenge it. Unfortunately, took a nice hard hop, and Snasky saying, here's the chance. We've been going almost 5 minutes. Let's put him down. And he snipes that lower right-hand corner.
And what an ending there. Snasky coming up big. An overtime goal for him. An overtime win yet again for FNATIC. Every single game being decided either in the final second or in overtime. This has been neck and neck. It has been a scrappy game for FNATIC, but they are managing to pull off these wins.
And Maestro also getting a lot of help from Snasky and Siki this time around compared to their previous series. It's really good to just see them step up on the offensive side of things because Siki, like I said, only involved in 2. Snasky has been getting a lot of bumps, a lot of physical play in front of that Excel net, a lot of really good challenges out of the midfield. There's been much more offensive support for FNATIC, and despite them being under a lot of pressure early on in this series, they were still able to convert those, and now they're in a really good position to advance on.
Yeah, this is crazy. They just need one more game to knock Excel down into the rival series. Obviously, FNATIC, they don't get back into the RLCS just yet. They need to win this one to play in the next series to get in. So still a very important series, a lot on the line. And Excel, they must be feeling the pressure and the nerves right now. They have been so close. They must be thinking we should have won these games. Like every single one of these games, it could have gone either way. Excel just continues to struggle with putting their opportunities in the back of the net. And at this level, that's what's going to be the difference maker.
The shooting accuracy is definitely a big difference maker in the RLCS. Even between the rival series teams in the RLCS, those teams at the top of the rival series are usually hovering around 34, almost to 40% in some cases. But in the RLCS, on average, it's gone down slowly and slowly as the defenses have gotten so much better now. And even still, when you're not able to find the back of the net against a team near the bottom of the division,
and losing in those fashion, I mean, just one loss.
Exactly.
Any one of those losses would be tough, but 3 losses like that in a row.
And even then, Marky Duda, uncontested right next to the net, just couldn't get it around it.
So the writing seems to be on the wall for Excel unless they can make a miracle happen. Maestro chasing this ball downfield. 2 demos, Maestro on Ponex and Marky on Siki. Slows down the play.
He's just buying time. He's like, when do you guys respawn?
Now Maestro in the corner, Siki coming up. Shot in from Snasky. But that one's blocked by Niels.
Another miss.
Ball just bouncing in the middle of the field.
Snasky was thinking someone from Excel was going to touch that. But either way, FNATIC still hold on to this ball. Sicky with a stop.
Tried to race towards it. Pondex took control of that ball. And Pondex also missing that half boost. He'll be able to get that corner boost, but FNATIC now have a chance. Go on the attack. Markey actually shot off the post. Niels Cook paved the way for him, but Markey just could not hit the net.
How many times is that, James? Is it like
too many to count right now. I mean, I'm a caster, so I have trouble with numbers anyway.
I know. -2 intelligence debuff. It's the worst.
But still, that piled on top of everything else. Things just not going Excel's way.
And it's really just the shooting. I mean, the defense has not obviously been the best, but they've been able to keep FNATIC out fairly well.
Normally, it would be enough if they had an offense going to get them the wins. They just, their offense, they've been struggling with accuracy and just capitalizing on the opportunities. And now Maestro tried to capitalize himself. He's been going for quite a few of those flicks, but nothing really panned out for him just yet. Maestro to himself. Niels Cook hooks it off.
Like the pressure here from Excel out of the midfield, a good chance.
Now Niels in for Markey. Markey missed his shot. Pondex also late to the game. Snasky, the net wide open. That one hits the post, but Maestro cleans it up.
And again, Pondex is in an impossible situation here. He's expecting his teammate to get that touch. He's ready to rotate out, but as soon as they see both players miss, he's got, you know, half a second to decide if he wants to stay or go, and it's that brief hesitation and the quick clear downfield from FNATIC. Again, another chance for them, and they convert it.
So FNATIC striking first yet again. You know what? When FNATIC scores first in this series, they've won every game.
They have won every game.
They've been close, but win's a win.
Well, take what you can get. You don't have time to worry about how you score your goals.
Excel's going to need something magical to happen right now. Final 2 minutes of gameplay. Markey leaving it for Pondex. Pondex up the side. Markey chasing it down, going for the touch. Sicky gets in his way. Now Maestro just following that up.
And again, you're starting to see FNATIC with this 1-goal lead as we near the end of the game. They really start to give a lot of space in the midfield, and that has not worked out well for them in any scenario yet. It allows a lot of space to Excel. They've been able to convert later on, and they will.
A goal from Markey Duda to equalize. 1:33 left, so they do it with a little bit more time on the clock, but still an equalizer in the final half.
And Maestro honestly really should have been back post, because if he's back post, he gets that clear out no problem. Unfortunately, had to go and try and half flip for it. Just crowding his teammate a little bit too much in the net, and that is definitely something FNATIC has had a bit of a problem with this entire series. You haven't got to see a lot of it because they've been doing well out of the midfield, but whenever they've been trapped back there, it's definitely been a bit crowded.
And they certainly have been playing passively. Excel get this equalizer in the final minute and a half, but still, things have not been playing out well for them.
Oh, Snasky cut off Maestro, and a nice shot lined up.
Snasky trying to take control of that ball with the dribble, and now an open net for Pondex, and Excel takes the lead.
And Maestro just couldn't do anything with this ball coming back out of the midfield. He had no boost to work with. He's just trying to do his best with what he can. Unfortunately, commits the cardinal sin, just bashes it, not quite off the sidewall, but off the corner and back into midfield. Nobody back yet. And finally, Excel, with an open net, scored it.
And we've seen reverse sweeps happen in a best-of-7 before. It's not impossible, but really Excel has such a long road ahead of them, but that was a step in the right direction.
It's got to start somewhere.
See if they can keep it up. Shot, that's going to go the distance. Sicky not able to get back in time, and 3-1 Excel poised to take the win in Game 4.
And it's got to feel good just to put balls in the net. They've only scored at most 2 back in game number 1. And now they're sitting at 3. They've almost equaled the entire rest of the series for themselves in this one game.
Feels like perhaps a curse was broken. But still, time left on the clock. If FNATIC can get one quick, we might see them close this out, and Sicky comes in and does just that off the backward pass from Maestro.
Ask and you shall receive, Mr. James Bott. A nice setup from Maestro, initially from Sicky. Nice vision here from both players, keeping it high, way out of reach of Niels Cook. It's going to be a very tough defensive effort, and the nice controlled touch off the back wall, not hitting it too hard, not too far to the side. Just let somebody else handle it, and they nailed it.
And he got, Niels looked like he got hung up on the post a little bit there. Now Niels, Sicky had to race back to cover net, but Niels didn't put that shot on target. FNATIC now behind in the final seconds. We'll see if they can do what Excel has these past 3 games.
Oh, what a touch.
Off the backboard, net is open. Maestro taking his time and somehow finds the angle to tie it up with just 13 seconds left.
A brilliant touch from Sicky, hard off the back wall. And again, Pondex, the man in charge in the net, has to make a very awkward play. I'm not even sure if he got the edge of the car on it, but either way, it takes a nice hop. And Maestro, the important part was that he took his time. He knew this was a chance, and he knew he couldn't squander it.
And Excel, they're seeing this happen all over again. Markey with that touchdown. Pondex wasn't able to get there in time. Pondex just hits that ball down, and we have overtime in game 4. Just one more goal for FNATIC, and they will move on, and Excel will be relegated to the rival series.
It would be the most stinging of relegations you can imagine. Just the fashion in which they could potentially lose this series, giving up a 2-goal lead with 30 seconds or something.
Oh, and that nuts. One almost finding its mark. Still a chance for Maestro. Now Niels getting beat to the ball by Sicky. Maestro, very good touch from him, puts the ball in a dangerous spot. Sicky off the wall. Snasky nowhere to follow up. Now Sicky in the corner, hits it into the middle. Niels off the backboard hard. Pondex with a shot on target, and it finds its mark. Excel break the curse and win overtime in game 4.
Nice touch from Niels Cook, high off the back wall. Maestro straining, just didn't get the proper read. And sure, Pondex might have made a small mistake on the defensive side of things, but he made up for it here. Got him through to game number 5, and it all has to start somewhere.
And that was a hat trick for Pondex to close it out. And honestly, that game was closer than it needed to be achieved.
Yeah, we could have saved a good minute if they if they hadn't been for some crazy offensive efforts, especially from Maestro right at that 10-second mark or something like that. A nice effort from FNATIC, but it has to feel good. 2
goals in 35 seconds there at the end. Excel, it seemed like they were going to break under the pressure. But that just a fantastic game 4 performance by Pondex, picking up that hat trick. And that was a very difficult read for him as well on that final shot, and had absolutely perfect placement to sneak it above Snasky there. So well done by Pondex. He's keeping Excel in this.
And that's what really matters, because you don't have any more lives left. You've gone 1-6 in league play. You've dropped your first series. You find yourself here in the relegation tournament. This is your last chance to stay in the RLCS. You have to win. And sometimes you make a few defensive mistakes, but what matters is that the offense came back to life. You stopped hitting the crossbar. They scored a couple of open nets that game, so that's clearly the secret.
Yeah,
don't miss the open nets, and they win.
They definitely hit those open nets. That was very key, but the passing hasn't really been there that much.
Agreed.
Really on either side, I would say. But, you know, a win is a win, and now Excel on the board finally get that one, so a little bit of vengeance after losing the first 3 games in heartbreaking fashion. Able to give FNATIC a taste of their own medicine. That has to be huge for their mental game.
Absolutely. Because, I mean, getting swept to get relegated down to the rival series would just be so crushing, and to be able to rally from giving up that equalizer with such little time and find a nice answer in overtime feels very good.
See if Excel can keep that going. Maestro gets a block, is going to kill it for Snasky, who puts it off the corner, tries to follow it up himself. Can't make much happen. Maestro somehow had that ball stick to his car. Check it for pine tar.
That's a baseball thing. I appreciate that. I'm a baseball guy.
Well, that was strange. I don't know how he managed to keep control so well off the wall. Now Niels is going to go for the shot. Maestro gets back in time. Now a
Sicky's up
shot.
already.
Niels hits it into the corner. Center ball by Snasky. Sicky took that shot, but Markey shut it down.
Very aggressive defense from Excel right there in front of the net. And now it's not quite as much of a scramble as we've seen from FNATIC. Maybe they've learned. They've had 4 games to get through it.
But I have really been impressed by Maestro's first touch ability.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw him get that equalizer to send it into overtime, and even there on that wall, his ability to just cradle the ball.
It's actually a very important thing to clear, but an open net.
Yeah, the net wide open for Snasky here, and FNATIC again score first.
The nasty hop from Niels Cook takes him out of the play. Marky Duda tries to get the challenge in time, and Pondex is waiting upfield trying to grab boost and rotate back. And unfortunately, one bad hop does him in, a whip challenge does another, and FNATIC again, they say, you give us a chance, we'll take it.
So again, FNATIC getting on the board first. They have struck first every time, if I remember correctly.
You are still correct.
Now a shot from Marky, blocked by Sicky right at the point of origin. Sicky.
Free ball for Snasky.
Tried to air dribble that in. And a pinch.
Oh, wow.
That one hits the post. Excel bailed out. So it seems like Lady Luck starting to be on the side of Excel a little bit.
They've paid the blood price, you know. There's
what
enough,
did they have to sacrifice?
There's enough tears on that FNATIC back wall that they're like, all right.
Clear down from Niels. Snasky is going to try to take possession. Double commit from Marky and Niels. Sicky gets a long clear. Pondex needs to get a good hit. He does get it. But now Maestro trying to force it across net. Ball bouncing out hard. Maestro follows it up, goes for a second touch, does get in the way of Pondex there. Marky has to fly across net to get that hit. Goes for the clear as well.
I like the idea from Marky, but Snasky's so good in the midfield. He's been a wall just about everywhere, making it very difficult for Excel to ever gain possession.
And we've seen FNATIC do a pretty good job of that, just keeping Excel in their own half for quite some time. Not something we really see a lot out of the FNATIC team. They've been making it work here.
Maestro has space.
And Maestro trying to make that play. He's got a shot opportunity, baby. And he just blasts a missile past the final defender.
The missile is absolutely right. 142. Oh, Snasky, this is a great touch all the way across the field. Marky Duda, I mean, you can give him maybe 100 chances. Maybe he'll get 30. That's a rocket.
I mean, he didn't even place that fantastically.
Yeah,
it was just so hard. Now under 2 minutes to play. Time running out for Excel. Snasky going for the touch. Marky with the response. Maestro trying to get it safely into the corner. Double commit from Marky and Niels. Now Snasky downfield. Maestro's going to chase it down. Gets the block there. Sicky waiting for it. Going for the pass. Gets a pass into the middle, but Niels shuts it down.
Oh, does he have it again?
Oh, next going for that double touch. Does get the block, and now Maestro with the demo on the counterattack. Gets it by one. Net open. Tries to pass it out into the middle. Maestro ran out of boost. He just needed a little more to finish that play off.
And it goes right back to what you were talking about, his first touch success. It's so important to be able to make at least one person miss, because as soon as you get one miss, you've at least guaranteed a chance for your team to breathe, perhaps even a big scoring drive. And Maestro has just been so good at that for this team all season long.
He has been the shining light of offense for FNATIC, but it's been a team effort so far. Maestro still doing a great job. Shot in. But Sicky able to get that save. Now Niels going for the pass. Marky's there. Oh, a soft shot, but still it finds its mark. Marky getting Excel within one.
And this gets all crossed up right here. Maestro needs to leave that ball for Snasky. It's an easy clear for the man of the Batmobile, and one small mishap in communication, some poor timing, and they do allow Excel to come right back into it. And we know they've scored some late game equalizers in this series already, so I'm totally ready for another overtime. Why not?
Yeah, we saw FNATIC do just that. 35 seconds left, tied it up, 2 goals behind now. Excel has a chance to do the same. Their RLCS hopes are dwindling. Final 10 seconds. Pondex over to Niels. Niels, a shot that's going on target, blocked by Sicky.
Good spread.
And now as soon as that ball touches, Excel will be relegated
tough touch.
Niels takes control. A hit by Maestro off the wall and down, still up.
Get it, Pondex.
Pondex gets the hit, and that is going to be it. FNATIC will be moving on, and Excel will be relegated to the rival series.